It's Monday the 3rd, I'm FX Blue and this is CurrencyTransfer.com's market update. And the headlines today are that Barnier says the UK cannot pick and choose, Trump's issues are set to drive the dollar, and Turkish debt still weighs on the euro. So fasten your Brexit seatbelts, we may be in for a bumpy ride. Both sides set out their stalls over the weekend and the outlook remains pretty stormy. In the red corner, Theresa May confirmed there's no chance of a second referendum and no further concessions will be made to seal the deal. In the blue corner, Michel Barnier focused on the deal for goods but not services. He says they're more intrinsically linked these days, using the mobile phone example where the phone is rarely sold without a service contract. But he also reiterated that the four freedoms of movement are indivisible, so you can't pick and choose. On Friday, cable closed down at 129.60 as optimism following Barnier's earlier comments dissipated. This morning in Asia it opened around 129.05 but shown little sign of moving much lower so far. Over in the US, Trump is trying to focus on international trade to deflect attention from internal investigations of hush money payments and Russian involvement in his election victory. US trade negotiators failed to get Canada to fold and agree to the second NAFTA like Mexico did last week. And China is expected to retaliate to the further threat of $200 billion of new trade tariffs. The dollar did post gains from the risk aversion trade created by fears of a fully fledged trade war. Towards the back end of this week, it's all about Non-Farm Friday. The headlines are for 180,000 new jobs created and wage inflation is forecast to remain at 2.7%. If we see 2.8%, it should give the dollar some good support, but in the meantime, the dollar index is around 95.15. The Bank of International Settlements, that's the central banker's central bank. It showed that Turkish borrowers are on the hook for 194 billion euros lent by Eurozone banks. It's higher than previous forecasts or estimates, and it's raised fresh concerns over what will happen if the Turkish lira falls any further. The borrowings in euro was intended to achieve lower interest rates, but funds are then transferred to lira for deployment by business domestically. But then the euros need to be bought again to pay off the euro loan as the repayments fall due. So the further the Turkish lira falls, the harder the euro repayments are going to be to meet. So that raises concerns over Eurozone bank capital adequacy. They may take another hit and it may even lead to bank failure. Not what the ECB need right now, so they'll be keeping a very close eye on things, and indeed Draghi may have subscribed to this market update to keep abreast of all things important. Fingers crossed on that one. But any escalation in Turkey may mean that the ECB defers their plan to reduce the asset purchase scheme, and this in turn could push back the current loose plans for any further rate hike around Q3 2019. Of course, any deferment there may further weaken the euro. Euro dollar ended the week around 115.85, but has started the week on the front foot, up over 116 already. We'll keep you and Mario Draghi posted throughout the week.